What's good, y'all? It's Tamara here, and welcome to the channel. Today we are playing something very different, and this is called Bloody Painter Dating Sim. I've never played anything like this on the channel before. This is a horror visual novel, okay? So it says the story is you have unfortunately been captured by a serial killer, and you must increase your chances of survival within 7 days. Your choices will determine how he treats you and the outcome of your relationship. What will your final relationship with the serial killer be? Will there be change in the relationship between the killer and his prey? So basically, during the 7-day trip, I gotta make sure I feed his ego, make him feel good. Make sure I leave at the end of these 7 days alive. But it's based on my choices, so hopefully I make good choices. I don't know. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, put the notification bell, follow me on all my socials, box below, and let's get into this game. In the game, players can easily die. That is not good for me. If you know, you know. If you encounter a murderer, please call the police first. It's unrealistic to develop a romantic relationship with a murderer. I don't know who needs to hear that, but you heard it here. It's unrealistic. Okay. This is a romance game. Okay. It's a romance game. Horror, romance. Let's start. You don't say that. With a severe headache, you wake up in an unfamiliar place. He knocked us out. As you touch the bruise on the back of your head, it seems you were hit by something heavy before. We gotta speed this up. Hold on. It seems you were hit by something heavy before you. Oh, let's do that. A heavy iron chain tied around your feet. Someone has trapped you here. You try to remember what happened before you lost consciousness, but you can't recall anything. Let's investigate the surroundings first. Let's look at the walls. The room is surrounded by 4 walls without any windows. It's weirdly cleaned up and no ashes or sand can be seen. Looks like a prison built by germaphobe. Look at the wall, look at the cell phone. No service, no signal. Okay. I might be in a remote place or underground. Look at the mattress. There's a mattress on the floor. The mattress feels really hard to lie on. Where to investigate next? Look at the meal. We got a full course. Well, not a full course, but you know, a nice meal here. Near the door, there's a serving of spaghetti with tomato sauce and a bottle of water. Also, a round plastic fork that's completely harmless was thoughtfully attached. It's still warm. It feels like it was sent here not long ago. Where to? Look at the door. You peek through the keyhole, but you see nothing outside. I wonder where I am. Oh, that was it. In investigation. I looked at everything. Yes. What's the next move? We can... Yep, let's listen out. See what we hear. You can't hear any sound other than your own breathing, and the soundproofing in the room seems particularly good. Do we yell for help? But I don't want to piss him off. We can go back to sleep. Knock over to me. I think that would really piss him off. So we can go back to sleep or we can yell for help. What do we do? He said you could die very easily in this game. Let's take that into account. We gotta play this safe. So we're gonna sleep. Yes. We're gonna go back to sleep. You lay on the bed. You try to sleep under this condition. Maybe it's fatigue caused by nervousness, but you still fall asleep. You open the door. You open your eyes after hearing some noises. Oh. A tall man wearing a mask is squatting on the ground looking at you with his head tilted. He remains silent as if he's sizing up his prey. He points to the plate on the floor like indicating that you should finish your meal quickly. Thinking that the strange man might have poisoned the meal, you shake your head in fear. Saying you have no intention of eating, he looks quite distressed.
You can't die.
Okay.
Not now.
Not now. Okay. He slowly speaks with a deep and steady voice.
The freezer is full.
Oh, you saying I can't die yet because your freezer's still full? You still got a bunch in the freezer right now. You don't have any room for me, so I gotta stay alive for the time being. That's what you're telling me. What does that mean? I just explained it.
The freezer is full, and there's no space for more. 7 days.
He pauses and thinks.
There won't be space until 7 days later.
This is where I have 7 days to make him feel like I don't need to die, that he needs me.
If you die now, you'll rot.
What do you mean? So I only have 7 days left to live? He nods and walks out of the door. Wait, you can't just leave me like this, please. Your cries can't stop the door from closing. So right now he don't care. You need to be alive. Day 1, or okay, day night 1. Okay, let's investigate the surroundings first. Let's look at the meal. A bread and a bottle of water. Look at the door. You peek outside from the keyhole. You see the shadow of the man walking around. Seems to be busy with something. What is he doing? Sleep to the end of the day. Can I eat? Guess all we can do is sleep to the end of the day. I can say we need to eat. If we gonna be here, man, we'll be comfortable. Please try to improve your survival rate within 7 days. Got you. I got you. But y'all didn't give me no other options. So, okay. Day 2 already. Let's investigate and look around. Meal, empty plate. Look at the door. You check the keyhole. You seem to see something. You see that there is a vague figure at the end of the door. Observe quietly. You sense something wrong and realize what that is after narrowing your okay. You sense something wrong and realize what that is after narrowing your eyes. What is it? What is it? This is an artwork made of the human body, not a human being. Okay. Ah! You hear the door open. You slowly push the door and there is no trace of the strange man. First, you go into a room with a large freezer, sink, and operating table. Then you open another heavy door. You find yourself in a room full of glass display jars. The jars are filled with specimens made from the human body parts. It's like you're in an art museum. Could it be that he wanted to freeze me as material for specimen artwork? Probably. You're thinking. You're seeing this scene. Let's admire his work. Admire the artwork. You look around and admire his work with relish. You look at them for 15 minutes straight.
Interesting.
You hear a voice coming from the corner. It turns out the man's been watching you from a blind spot behind the glass cabinet. I like them. They're so beautiful. We're gonna make it out of here. Okay. The man goes silent with his head tilted for a couple of seconds after hearing you comment. He seems to be thinking about something.
Don't you consider it cruel or bloodthirsty to them?
Not at all, actually. No, I feel nothing at all. He's confused.
You're such a weirdo.
I'm the weirdo. You're the one that... You got it. You got it. You think... Aren't you talking about yourself? Okay. After you have a tour of his display room, he locks you back in the small room you were in. You can go to sleep to end the day. Your survival rate increases. Okay. I like this. Day 3. Until noon, you don't see breakfast or lunch being delivered. You're already starving. You are waiting for him to bring dinner, but what you get is no dinner. It's not dinner. It said you heard the door was open. A light shines through the crack of the half-open door, looking like an intriguing invitation. You open the door and walk into that light. You first arrive at the room with the operating table outside the door. But this time the operating table is not empty. There's the defrosted human corpse on it. The man pops out of somewhere. He unties the iron chains from your feet and hands the surgical knife in his hands to you.
First, where do you think the first cut should be?
His voice tone sounds cold, like the kind of teacher who gives students hard questions on purpose. I'm not gonna attack him. Stab the corpse. Maybe beautiful works always come with some sacrifices. Without hesitation, you stab the abdomen of the corpse with the knife. But due to lack of professionalism, the lines you cut are crooked and ugly. And this is when he gets close behind your back and holds your hand. You're both holding the surgical knife like you two are cutting a cake together. With his hand, the lines you cut become smooth and clean. You can smell an ocean perfume on him due to how close you are. It seems to be sprayed to cover up the smell of formalin. You can feel his warmth with your back, but his fingers are a little cold. He's focusing on cutting the corpse, and your hand keeps moving under his lead. He could have killed you or ignored you, but he didn't. You started to speculate on the purpose of his behaviors. Could it be that he wants someone who can ignore the cruelty and process and understand him? You think. After that happy creative time ends, you're locked in the room you were in. You go to sleep to end the day. Okay. Day 4. Okay. Until noon, you don't see breakfast or lunch being delivered. You're already starving. You notice that something is shining at the corner. It's a key. It seems like the man accidentally dropped it last night. You open the door with the key. I'm glad they didn't give me a choice to do that. You go past the operating table where you two spent creative time together last night. The display room. Then you discover that there are unnatural and even marks from wall to the corner. You find a trap door. After pushing the trap door, you see a normal basement storage room. At the corner of the storage room, you see a stair that goes up. It turns out this is really an underground secret room, hidden layer by layer with trapdoor. No wonder the sound insulation is so good. You walk up the stairs and see a heavy wooden board. You push it hard. What catches your eye is the interior of a cozy cabin. Then you realize the heavy wooden board you just pushed is the back of a bookcase. You look around and find that there are insect specimens everywhere in the cabin, and there's also a reindeer head specimen hanging on the wall. Then you walk into the living room. You see a young man with a handsome face and pale skin lying on the sofa. The ocean-scented perfume and the faint smell of formalin emanates from his body. It's him. He is the masked man who kidnapped you, but he's not wearing a mask at this time. His sleeping face has a ferocious expression. His neck is sweating and he seems to be trembling. It looks like he's sick. At this time, you decide to. Y'all, why is he cute? That is so unfortunate. Take the opportunity to escape. I could try to escape, but I gotta make sure he doesn't catch me. I don't want to set myself back. So we're gonna stay and take care of him. You can't bear to leave him alone, so you reach out and touch his forehead. Whoa, so hot. You try to find something that can cool him down. Let's investigate. Go to the kitchen. The kitchen is spotlessly clean. Go to the cabinet. You find some clean towels in the kitchen cabinet. I can soak a towel in ice water and place it in the patient's forehead to cool him down. Go to the fridge. There are some ice cubes in it. These can cool down his body temperature. Let's go. The living room is spotlessly clean. Where to investigate next? The man. He seems to be in pain. He's still having a fever. Where to investigate next? Okay, sofa. You don't think it's good for a patient to sleep on the sofa, but you can't move him with your strength. Where to investigate next? Specimens. It feels like he did them all. So how you go from doing something like this to humans? The workmanship of these specimens is exquisite. Okay. Photo frame. This is a photo frame on the shelf. It's a photo of him standing at the entrance of the Judicial Mental Hospital with a man in a doctor's robe. There's a jar of cocoa powder and a cup on it. Let's make him a cup of cocoa. What to investigate next? Okay, I looked at the shelf. Bookcase. You find some of his profile files in the bookcase. Helen Otis, gender, male, birthday October 1st. That's it. Yes. You return to the living room, wring out their excess water from a towel soaked in ice water and place it on his forehead. His ferocious expression gradually softened. You once again notice his fair skin and long eyelashes and his slightly curly black hair. This is so unfortunate. If you don't say he is a murderer, his sleeping face looks very harmless now. After a while, he wakes up to the scent of your brewing cocoa and sits up on the couch. He looks a little shocked. He looks around quickly and seems to understand what is going on.
Why are you doing this?
I want to ask myself that too.
You saw me faint and didn't choose to run away.
Hopefully you don't kill me for it.
You're such a weirdo.
Uh-huh. Is there anyone weirder than you in this house? You can't help but about him. He seems to see the corners of his mouth rising slightly for a few seconds. Oh, he's smiling at me, y'all. And the atmosphere between you relaxes. He doesn't drink the cocoa you brewed for him. It seems that he's still a little wary of you. Can you tell me who you are?
Bloody Painter. That's the name they gave me for my modus operandi. If you find it difficult to pronounce, you can call me BP.
BP. Even though what he told you is just a nickname, at least you know how to call him now. After the brief conversation of the sofa, he does not lock you back in the underground secret room. Perhaps saying to take care of him when he fell ill was enough to prove that you won't run away. You get up from the sofa and continue to look at the specimen decorations in the living room. He sits on the sofa, crosses his legs, picks up a book and starts reading.
By the way, you better not try to escape.
I'm cool on it. I'm comfortable.
There are traps all around the cabin, and only I know how to get in and out safely.
See, if I had got out or tried to escape while he was obviously sick, I would have been gone. I think I'm good at this. You sit on the sofa. Soon, a wave of sleepiness comes over you. Today, you fall asleep on the sofa in the living room, not in the cold underground secret room. Your survival rate increases. Day 5, morning time. You see him busy cleaning in and out of the house early in the morning. I'll come help too. After finishing speaking, you pick up the rag and bucket and you join the cleaning. But you can't really see what this almost spotless house needs to be cleaned. You're just taking the clean red rag and wiping it on the clean cabinet. Do you usually love cleaning this much?
It would soon be covered with a layer of dust.
He said it must be cleaned like this 1 or 2 times a day, otherwise it would be okay. Although he doesn't talk much, his tone and voice give you a gentle feeling and don't make you feel nervous. You climb up the short ladder and wipe the high cabinets with a rag. Suddenly, a cockroach crawls out from the cracks in the cabinet. You are so frightened that you lose your balance and fall backwards. You close your eyes, but what you get is not the pain of falling to the ground, but a warm feeling. You open your eyes and find that he's holding you like a little princess. He catches you with the same cold expression from his face.
Are you all right?
Perhaps to resolve the awkwardness, he asks. I'm all right. It was just a roach. Hearing the word roach, he puts you down. He takes 2 steps back from the cabinet you just wiped and then says calmly,
Don't come near here yet.
Why?
It's dangerous.
Okay. You can't help but chuckle at the thought of a murderer being afraid of a roach. Fine, whatever you say. The interaction just now makes you feel a little warmth from this cold murderer. At least you see more of his reactions and expressions. This is the rare relaxation you have felt in these tense days. He could have let you fall off the ladder, but he rushed over to catch you. Somehow you feel that after these days of getting along, maybe now you both have different ideas about each other than you originally had. It was only a clear relationship between a murderer who wanted to hunt a prey and a prey who wanted to escape. But now it has an extra layer of friendship, causing the interaction between you to have an indescribable sense of dissonance. Just when you pick up the old newspaper and prepare to wipe the windows, you find a police car parked on the road in the distance. 2 police officers get out of the car and keep looking towards the cabin. At some point, BP is already behind you looking at the window with you.
Wait for a second.
And then he walks out of the door to talk to police officers.
Is there anything I can help you with?
I like his voice. Are you Mr. Otis?
Yes, I am.
Have you ever seen these people around here? The police officer takes out some photos from his pocket.
Have these people committed a crime and are running away?
No, these people are the missing people around the area.
I haven't seen them before, but wolves and bears often appear around here.
Can we check out your cabin?
Yes, come in.
BP behaves very kindly and politely. After speaking, he leads the way for the police officers.
Please, follow my footsteps. I placed some traps near the cabin to protect against wild wolves and bears. You don't want to step on them.
The police officers enter the house and see you. Hello, this is...
An old friend who came to visit me recently.
You greet the police officers with a smile and a nod. At the same time, a police officer quickly looks through the missing person's photos in his hands and then puts his photos back into his pocket. Okay, I was like, oh Lord. It seems that your disappearance has not been discovered by anyone yet. You're standing next to the bookcase blocking the entrance to the secret room. After searching around, the police find nothing unusual and leave. His trust in you increases. Today you still sleep on the couch in the living room instead of in the cold basement. Half asleep, you hear the sound of someone approaching. When you notice that this person seems to be very close to you, you pretend to be asleep, and the person just looks at your sleeping face quietly. The man stretches out his hand and takes it back just as he's about to touch your hair. He turns around and leaves. Hey. You see him busy in the kitchen for a while. Then breakfast is served in front of you. Now he cooking for me. There is a piece of toast with just the right crispness on a large round plate, a poached egg on top of the toast, and some lettuce salad. The plating looks delicious. The drink is a cup of freshly brewed hot cocoa. The cutlery he gives you is still a round plastic fork with no offensive features. You sit at the dining table and start eating, while he sits on a chair opposite you and flips through a book. It's still snowing outside, and listening to the squeaking sound of the fireplace, the atmosphere in the cabin is particularly comfortable. As long as you ignore the fact that you are in the same room with the murderer who kidnapped you, everything is really relaxing. You look at him, who is full of mysteries, and some questions arise in your head, and you decide to ask carefully. Can I ask you a question?
What is it?
Okay, about plotted plants. What book do you usually read? Pick up the book next to you and read it. What book do you usually read?
Usually, I would read some anatomy and taxidermy
Of
books.
course you do.
But today is different.
Oh, okay. What are you reading today?
The Truman Show.
What is the book like?
The whole world that the protagonist lives in, including himself, is all just someone's creation. Everything that happens is watched by the audience, and there is no privacy at all. But he is completely unaware that he is in such a large theater. Very ridiculous, right? I can't imagine this to happen in reality, or to me. If our world was like the Truman Show, how would the audience view the current situation?
How would they view the current situation?
Excited. Why?
They may be attracted by your charm and want to be killed by you. Kinda, I wouldn't go that far.
Incomprehensible. But what a bunch of weirdos with good taste.
He said good taste. It's hard to tell from his poker face whether it's seriously boasting or joking. He's definitely joking. Let's see, about potted plants. What work are you going to use for me? I didn't see any potted plants here. We can pick up the book next to us and read it. I don't want to put the idea back in his head that I'm here for him to kill me, or remind him that he has to kill me at the end of the 7 days. So I'm gonna go with pick up the book next to me and read it. It's a book about the possibility of having a completely opposite version of yourself in a parallel world. Is there a complete opposite version of you? What do you think it would be like?
Oh, that book. Let me think. Probably a guy wearing a burgundy coat and always having a smile on his face.
Why is it a burgundy coat?
Because I like blue. If he is the opposite of me, he should like red, right?
Valid. Do I ask him anything else? Okay. I saw many potted plants on the shelves in the living room, but why are they all withered?
I have tried my best. I don't know why they always die.
Yes. Day 6, noon. It's noontime. To thank you for making breakfast for me today, let me make lunch in return. He frowns at you with an expression of like, are you out of your mind? Don't worry, you said there are traps outside the house, only you know how to get in and out normally. Even if I resist you with a knife, I can't escape.
Okay, but I'll keep an eye on you.
Go ahead.
Don't try anything stupid.
I will not. I promise. Great. As for what to cook and the ingredients, well, a bad idea flashes through your head and curiosity makes you ask. Do you eat human flesh?
No. Why would I do that?
I don't know. Just, curious.
I just use human bodies as materials for making art, and I never think about eating them.
I thought you murderers all had some degree of cannibalism.
Let's put it this way. Do you eat paint and painting tools? Just because I kill people to use as materials to make works doesn't mean I will eat them. Also, I'm different from those who have fun committing a crime and kill purely for the sake of killing.
Oh, okay, you're better. Got you.
Don't confuse me with that kind of unprincipled guy.
Sure.
I wouldn't do anything unless necessary. You are here only because you witnessed the crime scene.
What crime scene? I see. I'm here because I witnessed a crime scene? After hearing that you decide to cook a common dish, she just said he doesn't eat human meat. Why would I do that? You look at the ingredients in the refrigerator. There are eggs, tomatoes, white rice, and some curry powder on the shelf. Maybe because I cut the body open and so I witnessed. Okay, I've decided. You turn on the oven and start to cook. BP watches the entire production process. Rather than worrying about you escaping, he's more worried about you blowing up the kitchen. Soon after, a normal curry omelet rice was served. He stares at the omelet rice without saying a word. Don't worry, there's no poison. Weren't you watching the whole process? He starts to move after you finish speaking. He takes a spoonful of omelet rice and puts it in his mouth. What do you think?
It's surprisingly quite delicious.
Thank you. Oh, it's smelling. What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just that no one has cooked for me for a long time.
I can make you more if you like. Girl! Yeah, she's saying all the right things. Okay. Yeah, she pulling me. She like me for real. You had a fairly pleasant afternoon. Day 6, late at night.
Hey.
What? You are woken up from your sleep by the man. His face is close to you and his blue eyes are staring at you. What's wrong? You sit up on the couch and rub your eyes.
Got to go.
Gotta go.
I've noticed something unusual about the number of police cars patrolling nearby recently. They must have some relevant evidence and are doubting it. It is very likely there is an ambush outside.
Okay.
It's snowing heavily outside now, and I think it's time to leave now.
Okay.
Come with me or not. It's your choice.
Because I know when I click, it's going to ask me, do I want to go with him? Or do I stay and let the police come find the place and I'm scot-free? But it ends a romance novel. And it is a game. Real life, I would have did everything that she did, but I would stay here and let the police come get me because this man is a psycho. But because it's a game and we like to exploit things, I'm going to say I am going to... I choose to go with him. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? After that's how she said it. Yeah. I'm fine with both choices, but I need you to look me in the eyes and tell me, what do you prefer me to do? You stare at his eyes.
I prefer.
He hesitates to speak and looks away, looking like he's thinking about something. Your behavior makes him a little panicked, and he doesn't seem to be good at this kind of situation. You notice that his ears are flushed, and this unexpected reaction makes you want to tease him a little bit. He's blushing. What do you prefer me to do?
I prefer.
After a moment of silence, he slowly speaks.
That you come with me.
He tries hard to look you in the eyes and speak his thoughts.
We'll set off early tomorrow morning.
Okay. Okay.
Follow my footsteps.
Yes, sir. You follow the shoe prints he leaves on the snow and finally succeed in avoiding the many traps around the cabin. Just as you are walking through the forest, you hear movement behind you. Freeze! In the snowstorm, several policemen who were lying in an ambush chase after you. You ignore them and keep running forward. Bang! A gunshot shoots across the sky. You feel a pain in your left calf. You are shot. He turns to look at you as he's considering whether to leave you. Run! You yell at him, but he approaches you. And he holds you in his arms. You feel a warmth on your forehead. He kisses your forehead. Y'all, you feel the time freezes at the moment. The kiss is almost like a goodbye. Then he leaves you and runs forward, disappearing into the heavy snow. You are later taken back to the police for questioning. You say throughout the process that you were a victim. On that note, you're not lying. You don't reveal any unnecessary details. Since there is no relevant evidence to prove that you are an accomplice, the police can only release you after a long period of interrogation. After that, please tell me he got away. 2 years pass. Now you live in a cheap little apartment. You live an ordinary life. What happened 2 years ago never happened. Today is Halloween, and every household nearby has some thought into making decorations. But for you, it's just another day at work. When you return to your apartment after getting off of work in the evening, the strange thing is that as soon as you open the door, you feel a gust of wind. You remember that you closed the window before going out. Just when you're about to close the window, you find a gift left by someone on the table next to the windowsill, a red rose. You don't know why, but you have a feeling that BP has been here. Every Halloween after that, you receive a rose at your residence. It's like a once-a-year greeting. Although he says nothing, the rose seems to tell everything. Although you have certain similarities, you are two people from different worlds after all. Perhaps living your own life this way is the best outcome for both of you. Good end. 2, I think is it 2 good endings or 1 good ending? Good end, different worlds. That was so good. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me make sure about the endings. Okay, I got good ending out of 2. There are 4 good endings, 6 bad endings. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this video here and leave it at this ending. If y'all want me to explore the game more and go into other endings, let me know, because I really don't mind. This was really fun. I really enjoyed it, and I'm curious to see too how the other endings will play out. So if you like to see it today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell, follow on all my socials, description box below. Thank y'all so much for watching. Peace out.